little sprouts. We're going to be talking about a pumpkin today and discussing parts that are on a pumpkin. Now, pumpkins come in all different sizes and colors, but they all have similar parts to them. So, do you see the outside, this orange part here? That is called the skin of a pumpkin. And just like our skin, it is used to protect the inside of the pumpkin and hold it all together. The skin of the pumpkin has these lines on it. They're called the ribs, and they just look like long lines that go all the way down the pumpkin. Now, at the bottom of the pumpkin, you're going to see this little hole circle thing. This used to be the blossom of the pumpkin. Pumpkins grow on vines, which are long green rope-like things. And on the vine, before there's a pumpkin, there are yellow flowers all over the vine. And those flowers or blossoms are attached to the pumpkin. Now when the pumpkin starts growing, the flower dies and falls off, and all that's left is this little mark on the bottom. On the opposite end of the pumpkin is our stem. Zoom in nice and close. See the stem? That is the part that used to be attached to the vine. So if this pumpkin was in a pumpkin patch, there would be a long green vine coming out, and it would be attached to many pumpkins. This pumpkin had to be cut off the vine so that it could be sold. The stem's job is to bring water to the rest of the pumpkin. So it's a pretty important job. Now this pumpkin does not have it because it's been cut off the vine. But before it was cut off the vine, it had these little green curlicues all over the stem, and those also help to keep the pumpkin attached to the vine and grounded and keep it still. Let's go ahead and look at the inside of the pumpkin. Inside the pumpkin, there we go, is this yellow part right here. This is called the meat of the pumpkin. This is the part that you can actually eat. So if you're going to cook with this pumpkin, what you would do is cut it up. You would cut the skin off. You would get rid of all this. And this yellow part here, the meat, you would boil it, which means you'd put it in water and make it really, really hot. And when the meat gets hot, it turns soft, and you can mush it up. And that's what you make into pumpkin pies or pumpkin bread. Okay, so right there, you can see the skin is the orange part, and the meat is the yellow part. The meat's what we eat. Now another part that we can eat are right here. Those seeds. If you clean them off and roast them, they are also edible, but that's not a seed's main purpose. A seed's main purpose is to grow new pumpkins. So this right here, these little seeds, that is what you can plant to grow new pumpkins. Now you can see there are seeds right here, but also the inside of the pumpkin is filled with them. So many seeds. And each one of those can become a pumpkin vine. So let's review some parts that we learned of the pumpkin, okay? On the outside, the orange part, we have skin. On the bottom is where the blossom used to be. On the top is the stem. That's what connected the pumpkin to the vine when it was at the pumpkin patch. Inside we have the meat that you can eat. And then we have lots and lots of seeds. Now if you're going to carve this pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern, you're going to have to clean out all the seeds and goop before you can carve it. Aren't pumpkins cool? Bye, little sprouts.